All right, boys and girls, welcome aboard to State of the Atmosfere. It's good to see you guys tonight. Hope you are having a good week so far here in this hump day. We got a lot on the show for you tonight. First of all, we're going to do a review of Picard Season 3, the show nobody knew they wanted and ended up being pretty good. We're going to take a look at that, and also we're going to look at CinemaCon 2023. It started on, Monday, and this is day 3 of it. And we're going to take a look at some of the new things the studios are coming out with for movies this year there at CinemaCon. And then, of course, we're going to take a quick look at all the off-season moves leading up to tomorrow's NFL Draft. And that's all tonight on State of the Atmosfere. All right, boys and girls, welcome aboard to State of the Atmosphere. I'm your host, Joe's Atmosphere. It's good to see you guys. And of course, I got a couple of friends along. May have a few more during the show. Who knows? But to start with, we got my good buddy Knock. How you doing tonight, man?
I'm doing all right. Didn't get to do a lot of celebrating today. I took my exam this morning, didn't make it, so I doing a retest on Monday.
Oh man,
barely didn't make it. So
really,
I'm gonna spend I'm off of work the rest of the week, and I'm gonna cut down. I've already been doing it pretty much today, and I'm gonna get back into it and try to get on Monday morning. I got a 6 a.m. appointment on Monday morning.
All right. Well, good luck with that, man. You got plenty of time to get ready. You got 4 days. Of course, some of that's going to be the draft, but we'll talk about that more later on.
Yep.
And of course, a guy we're green with envy about that's going to be at the damn draft, Das Wolfen. What's up?
Not a lot. Just preparing for tomorrow.
Yeah, man. I imagine so. What time are you going down there?
Well, I'll have to bug out. I'll have to leave the show in the morning early.
Yeah.
So I'm going to leave about 11.
How far from KC are you?
About an hour.
Okay. All right. Cool.
But it opens up at noon, and I want to make sure I get a good parking spot.
Oh, yeah, man.
Even if I got to sit around for 3 or 4 hours before doing anything.
Right.
There's people already there. You're already too late.
Yeah.
Right.
They started partying today. They've already started.
Right. Well, what we got to look at tonight, guys, we got a bunch of stuff. First of all, and Knock did a whole bunch of homework for this one because he hadn't watched any of this yet. And he's not one of these guys who can just pick up where we told him to. He's got to see the whole bit. Picard Season 3. And actually, Knock, you've seen more Picard than I have because after the way Season 1 ended, I didn't watch any of Season 2. And I had no intentions of watching this one either. Because I couldn't get behind a robot. They killed him. I was like, what in the fuck? Why do I even care about a robot? You know what I mean?
I mean, at this point, they're all robots.
Right. But man, I tell you what, they did a great job with this show. They really did. I'm not a big Okay, first of all, Knock, you're not really a big Star Trek fan, are you? You're more a Star Wars guy. Right?
No, but I'm most likely going to. I think the only thing that's going to deter me when I go back is that it's on Paramount and it's commercials. So that's probably just gonna kill my whole,
Yeah.
incentive. I hate they do so many commercials now on that shit that it's hard for me to get into shows when you have 5 ads. It's just
Yeah, I know. But hey, that's the way we all used to watch TV.
especially since it's paid for, kind of deal.
Yeah.
That's like
Yeah, that kind of sucks. You should. Well, doesn't Paramount have a no ads feature that you
they
pay a
might,
little more for?
but I get it for free, so I'd have to actually pay for it.
Yeah.
Right now, T-Mobile pays for like the next year or something like that. So.
Well, I tell you, now, John, I know you're a bigger Star Trek fan than Knock is. What would you say is your Star Trek show? Your favorite one out of all of them?
Deep Space Nine.
Deep Space Nine. Okay, so you know a lot of the lore that was in this show then, because it's tied into Next Generation.
Yeah.
This one, let's see, Next Generation, Voyager, and Deep Space Nine. Pretty much those 3 were the 3 that were in the 90s, right? Wasn't that? Am I saying that right?
Yeah, okay. Next Gen started in 87, I think.
Yeah, it was late 80s, and then it went into the 90s with Voyager and Deep Space Nine.
Yeah, then it was
Deep Space Nine was first, right? And then Voyager. Yeah, that's what I thought. But of course, I'm an OG Trek guy. I'm Kirk and Spock. That's me. But I knew it. What's funny is, like I said, I had no intention of watching this at all, because the first season of it pissed me off so much. Knock. What did you think of it? It's freshest on your mind. What did you think of season 1 of Picard? Just a quick overview.
I mean, at the start of it, I thought it was interesting. It opened up pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh shit, she's dead. Okay.
Yeah. Right.
Oh, there's another one. Okay, so that's who the main character could be.
Right.
The sister thing, and I don't know. I thought it was okay. I didn't see not knowing, coming from the outside, it seemed like it was an okay show. There was some cheesiness in the line. The writing was kind of whatever.
Yeah.
But I mean, the story was okay.
Yeah.
I was into it. So.
Well, I'll tell you, the first season, the good, of course, everything has good stuff and bad stuff. I just think that the bad outweighed the good in this particular series. The first thing about it that I thought right away is Picard's too old to be on TV. I mean, he just wow, he's on his last leg.
Yeah.
He really is getting old. I liked his Romulan I kind of liked the story, about him trying to help the Romulans and stuff, and him having the Romulans there, kind of his caretakers, really, there at the vineyard at the beginning of it. I thought that was cool. I also liked the research center they had on a board cube. I thought that was kind of dangerous, but it was a neat idea. Why not figure out how they were doing this stuff? But that just seemed like, that was going to lead to something really bad, because you just want to destroy the board. That's a Star Trek rule. Just get rid of them, because they're like fucking termites. They're going to get into everything.
See, that's what's interesting with the second season, though.
Yeah. So, go ahead and tell me, because I've never seen it. I have no intention of seeing it, but.
So in the second season, it basically culminated in a it was kind of a John Luke kind of finding himself. Remembering his past about his mom and what happened to her. And then it kind of led to, Girardi, the scientist. She's the blonde scientist that he talks to.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. She's heavily featured in the second season, and ends up being the mother of Borg.
Yep. They
go back into the past.
Yeah,
okay. They took a queen with them, and who was like cut in half, and then kind of ended up melding with Girardi.
So that's how that bitch came back to life, because he killed her in First Contact. Straight up killed her.
I think that's a different one.
That's a different. So
this queen melded with Girardi. So we have good Borgs, and then we have the bad Borgs that are in the third season. So the good Borgs are actually, they ended up. Basically, there was like some portal that got created, and they're protecting the portal. and so we don't know much about it. They didn't even feature it in the third season, so
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with that. But the Borg, the good Borg, because she like melded with the Queen, and like now there's a whole and like 400 because they went into the past, the 21st century, and that's when she was kind of like melded, and then she lived for 400 years and then caught up in time with them to where they like this special moment. And, Q had came back from that one and sent John.
Yeah, that's the only thing I hated about missing the second season, and I may have to go back and revisit it because I did like the Q character, So,
but I actually, you know what? I don't know what it was, but I was digging Girardi, and then she went Borg, and I was like, oh well, I don't care for that.
Now she's Borgatti.
Yeah, now she's
Borgatti.
Yeah,
Borgatti.
So
guarding the asshole of the universe.
So there's definitely a lot of it. Just with all these series, or all these seasons, there's been so many references that have I can tell that there's references. I just don't know what they're referencing because I have no background on anything.
Yeah.
So,
well, see, that's the thing. That's the thing about season 3, and we'll get into it. I'm not. I've only got a little bit of knowledge about the Next Generation from my kids really watching it. Really, I wasn't into it that much. I watched Encounter at Farpoint. It was a 2-hour episode when they first aired it, and I watched a few episodes after that. But it was fun, but just wasn't my Star Trek, man. I'm used to Captain Kirk with the double axe handle fists and beating people up and all that good stuff. You know what I mean? That's Wagon Train to the Stars. That's what I was used to.
I did notice that there was in that little hideaway that they had that there was a monitor with Kirk on it.
Yeah.
So I don't know what that's about, but
I know what you're talking about.
Where
I
they found
saw
data
that too. Yes, where they found data. I can't remember the name of the place, but it was that big lab where they kept all the archives and stuff. Yeah.
D something, the
did
D-nitis
see
whatever.
Kirk in there. I don't know why he was in there, but yeah, he was. They had some pretty neat Easter eggs in it.
So I think I'm going to have to go back, and when I watch the series, I'm going to watch Picard again and connect the dots a little bit more because the references were insane.
Oh, you got to, dude.
I was like, I thought Klingons were bad.
That's a lot of stuff.
Klingons are bad, and apparently there's this Worf guy. Cool.
Yeah, this Worf guy. Yeah.
All right. So Klingons aren't bad. So I'm not trying to get backstory right now because I'm going to go back.
Right,
and watch
I got you, and we're not going to give it to you. It's
No.
fine, but yeah, there's more than just.
So there's a lot of things I got. And what's the difference between Vulcans and Romulans? And I guess they're the same thing.
Well, there's a big difference.
But philosophy differences or whatever.
That's it. Philosophy difference right there.
So that's a lot of cool things I'm gonna have to go back and discover. And why?
Well, the thing that makes it different from Star Wars is it's more of a, it's a military type setting, and it's more like, we're expanding throughout the universe. What are we gonna find? Kind of thing. It's Star Trek. Did
you ever get into Stargate, Joe?
No, never got into that. I love the movie with Kurt Russell and James Spader. Love that movie. I think it's fantastic.
Yeah, I think you should give it a go because it is a pure military, show. It's Air Force.
Yeah, I've thought about picking that one up. I've got a friend. Well,
love that show.
Dallas. He's got every episode of it.
I've watched that show I've watched every episode multiple times, and I get into it every now and then. I'll start watching.
Wasn't that the first thing Jason Momoa?
He was in Stargate Atlantis. Yeah, he was in Atlantis. Yeah, that was the first time that's the first time I saw him. Yeah, and then he started blowing up. I was like, oh man, that's awesome because he's really
my
good.
My favorite Stargate episode is the one where they're stuck in a loop. In that time loop.
That's pretty much everyone's favorite. Yeah, the Groundhog Day.
Or he's playing golf through the wormhole, and then he quits. Right before the loop starts again, he quits and then lays one on Samantha Carter.
Yeah, Colonel O'Neill, what are you doing? In the middle of my backswing. I've watched. Yeah, it was really good, and that lasted. So the SG-1 lasted 10 seasons. Stargate Atlantis was 5, and now Universe I never actually finished watching.
Really? Why?
Well, I may have talked about this before. I can't remember, on a previous show, but Battlestar Galactica. the more recent one.
I've
Bill
seen every
Adama.
episode of that, bro.
Yeah. Bill Adama's talking to President, what's her name? And he's talking about a book that he never finished.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, and I don't know why these words always resonate with me. They've stuck with me to this day. And he said he never finished the book because to him, if he never finished it, it would never be over.
Right.
And I kind of apply that to Universe. I saw the first season, but I never watched. It was only 2 seasons, and so I never watched the second season because to me, if I don't watch it, then Stargate's never over. So
Stargate's never over, huh?
Yeah. So it's one of my favorite series of all time. So
isn't there a rumor out there that they're talking about rebooting?
There's been rumors for 10 years. There's been rumors since it ended. So until it actually happens, I'm never going to believe it.
Right. You're not going to believe it.
I'll be there for it, but until it actually happens, I'm not going to believe the rumors.
No, I hear you, man. I hear you. Well, I tell you, man.
Amazon did come out and say that's one of the MGM properties that they're looking at expanding on.
But it was so good, It was just them going through a wormhole, and you never knew what they were going to find on the other side. It was pure exploration, and then eventually they had a story. But
that's what intrigued me about it. I mean, I love that movie that it's based on, and
they expand on it. It starts right after that, basically.
Really.
Those TV
same
shows,
characters?
Same characters? I mean, not the same actors, but the same characters. Yeah, like Colonel
That's
O'Neill.
what I'm saying. Same characters.
Yeah, Daniel Jackson, Colonel O'Neill.
See, I'm one of these people that really, I'm not one of these fools that can't take the fact that Chris Evans was Johnny Storm before he was Captain America. I can actually wrap my head around that. I can.
Yeah.
It's
characters
Colonel
I'm worried
O'Neill,
about, not
the two
the
main
actors.
characters.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They even bring back some of the other soldiers, and of course they generally just die off as extras.
Of course,
but, But they do bring back some of the team. But and then of course Daniel's wife and everything, so it turns into a whole thing. But no, it's a great show. So
do we ever see any of those guys from the movie again? Do we ever see any of them? The pyramid guys?
No? Oh, the Goa'uld? Yeah.
Those are the big bads.
I mean, you have the Goa'uld, or you have the Jaffa, or the ones that wore the armor. Okay. Those are the soldiers, and they basically have the little snakes in their bellies. They're baby snakes, and they're basically incubated by the Jaffa until they're fully grown, and then they get in a ceremony because they're all big on ceremonies. The Goa'uld,
right?
They're the snakes, and they transfer that into when they're fully grown. They come out of the Jaffa and they go into and take over a body.
Mm-hmm.
And then they have glowing eyes and all that stuff. They're all eaten.
Well, okay. All right. It sounds cool, man. Sounds cool. But, I had no intention of watching Picard season 3 at all. And then I started hearing everybody I follow on the internet going, dude, you have got to watch this show. I mean, from the opening episode, they were saying this. And I was like, you got to be kidding me, because I didn't like the way the first season ended, with him dying, and my whole thing when at the end of the first season when they killed him off, I was like, couldn't you put him in a younger body? What the fuck? He's a robot. You know what I mean?
Well, they did address that. Now they did address it. Yeah, they at the end of that season, they were like, "You're basically going to die as you would have if you didn't have that brain, whatever."
Yeah.
So, because he didn't want to live longer. It's already been established he doesn't want to live longer. Maybe a couple more years, but he's not trying to be immortal.
He's not trying to be immortal. Yeah. Well, I just thought it was weird, but. Get into this one, and he gets a call from an ex-girlfriend who used to be his doctor, right? Crusher, and sends him on an adventure that ends up bringing the whole friggin' crew back together, man. It was pretty damn awesome. It had some great highlights to it, and the thing that I dug about it is, I mean, when it comes to Star Trek Next Generation, I'm a normie, but I've seen all the movies, and they were using music from half of the damn movies in the soundtrack. And I mean, it was total fan service, if you understand what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
Fans of Star Trek, that's who they were catering to with this. And wow, it was fantastic. I was enjoying, and just when I thought they couldn't make my jaw drop anymore in an episode, the next thing would happen. It was really, really cool. they actually made the ship's characters again, kind of, if you understand what I'm talking about. Because one of the things in Star Trek, the Enterprise is a character, man. You know, just like in Star Wars, the Millennium Falcon is a character in that story. You know what I mean? And they actually did that again with the Titan. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was really cool. I wanted to go out. Like when I was a kid, I used to have blueprints of the Starship Enterprise and the Millennium Falcon. I wanted to go get the friggin' blueprints for the Titan and see where everything was on that ship. You know what I mean? It was really cool looking. But
they call it the Neo Constitution class because it takes its design cues from the original Enterprise.
Okay.
And some people were complaining, well, why'd they put the Enterprise in a stock ship like that? Rename it. And I'm like, because the Constitution class was what the Enterprise originally was.
The Enterprise was. Hello. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, look, seeing the Enterprise D again was pretty cool. You know, they had that was one of the way they introduced each character I thought was really cool. Because there was a reason for all of them to be back in it. Like the way we met Geordi again, he was running the fucking museum with all the damn ships in it. You know,
it was basically the final episode was like the Avengers, and it was them all coming together to defeat Thanos.
It was kick ass, man. It really.
But then it cracked me up because I'm like, oh, this is the simulation, a simulation of Gen Z.
Right.
It cracks me up. Everybody under 25 has now become a part of the collective, and now they're taking over. That cracked me up.
Yeah.
I was like,
that was funny, wasn't it? Yeah. That I thought that was pretty neat.
One of us.
I did. Yeah. Yep. They had to figure out a way to wake the kids up, right? Oh man, too funny. But it had so many moments in that show that were just really cool. And so many cool choices, like making Michael Dorn's character, you know, making him like almost like a Klingon Jedi, man, making him a more cerebral guy now, right? And I just thought that was the coolest choice because, you know, he was always ready to kill people at every second, you know what I mean? And I just thought that was really cool. I tell you who had the best episode as far as callbacks go to me, though, was Commander Rowe. When she showed up, she went out like a boss, and it was badass, man. I was just blown away because I had remembered her being on that show, and when she went out like that, I was like, oh my God, man, her death mattered. You know, there was some gravity to it, you know. They're in trouble, right? And I just thought that was so great. There were so many moments like that. And I thought it was cool that they renamed the Titan the Enterprise. I thought that was fucking great, you know. Usually they end up rebuilding some of it. I mean, this ship has been destroyed, knocked so many fucking times. It's not even funny. All right. D is just the beginning of it. D's just the one that the Next Generation guys remember the most. Isn't that the one that, oh God, isn't that the, oh shit moment with Data? Isn't that? Yeah. Okay.
That's where they get that saucer section. That's what Geordi rebuilds the whole ship from.
And I do hope in the next season that, you know, maybe come out with something a little new.
Oh, it's done. They're done. Now they have.
It's not going to be done. They set it up for something else.
You're right. They said what I'm saying is Picard's done.
I don't care about that. I'm talking about. I'm talking about new. I'm talking about a new enemy. Like a brand new, not brought back from hundreds of years ago. Right. Not something I wouldn't ever have to watch another episode.
The seven of nine commanded Enterprise. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think they're going to do it because this was a really popular show. I really do.
The problem is it's.
You're going to say that name. I know you are.
I'm not going to say his name.
Go ahead and say it because Knock probably doesn't even know about this.
Kurtzman.
Yeah.
The guy that actually is behind, he's like the executive producer. He's the guy running the whole Star Trek thing as far as Paramount's concerned. He's the one behind Discovery and Strange New Worlds.
And the first 2 seasons of this.
So the Picard. But he's not involved with this. A guy named Terry Matalas is.
Yeah.
And we want him to he should be in charge, of just like Jon Favreau should be in charge of Star Wars.
Yeah.
He should be in charge of Star Trek because of what, and that's what this whole setup was for Star Trek Legacy, which is a rumored show that Terry Matalas is supposed to take over, but they haven't officially mentioned, nothing's official yet, but the only new shows that they've announced is that besides continuing, we got the 5th season of Discovery.
Starfleet Academy's coming.
Starfleet Academy is one of the new shows. Lower Decks is continuing. Prodigy is continuing. Those are the 2 cartoons. They got an adult animated and a kids animated show.
Strange New Worlds is going to keep going.
Yeah. And now see that, but there's season 5 is the last season of Discovery. So
yes, that one's done. Yep.
No more.
But
no more fungus powered.
Right. No more fungus powered spaceships. Yeah. That's crazy. But yeah, you said Star Trek's Legends. That's supposed to be
Legacy.
Legacy. Okay, so that's supposed to be the further adventures of the new Enterprise, right?
Yeah. So you got you got 7 or 9 as captain. You got Rafi is, which I don't agree with. I don't think. She can be on the ship. That's fine, but making her the XO.
Yeah. Is she a drug addict?
From the second season, you missed the macking out of 7 and Rafi.
Yeah, well, I know that's why.
Really?
Yeah, there are a couple.
You may have missed it, but at the very start of the 3rd season, Rafi is kind of like acting like she's back under again before she reveals she's undercover.
Yeah,
she's like, I lost my girlfriend. That was 7.
Oh, that was 7.
Okay. She was referring to 7.
Okay.
Why do you think she stayed when 7 was staying with the captain?
Yeah. I wouldn't know, man. I didn't watch the second season.
That was the end of the season, and then in the beginning of this season, I guess they had broken up or whatever.
I'm telling you that
so there was always awkward moments of them.
That first season left a bad taste in my mouth. It just did. I didn't like
while they were in the 21st century, they kind of bonded. So.
Oh, okay. And then Jack is on the.
I liked the Jack character. Did you guys like Jack? I dug him. I thought he was cool. I did. I dug him.
Yeah.
Did you like him, John?
I liked him, but he was a little bit too much Deus Ex Machina for me.
Oh, okay. All right.
Just a little bit too much leading the plot around by the nose.
I would have liked to have seen more of the him directing fights. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, where he took over LaForge's daughter and had her.
Yeah, like take him over. Up. Just kind of.
Yeah,
I'm getting a phone call. Sorry.
That's fine. But yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. But yeah, I like that character. I thought he was cool, man. I really did like him. I liked because I got to feel because you know what? When Next Generation started, Picard was a captain, and we found out some stuff about his past and stuff. But I got a feeling he was a guy like Jack that didn't shy away from fights and shit when he was younger. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, my favorite movie out of that bunch that the Next Generation was in was First Contact. I could care less if I ever see another one of those movies. I mean, about the only other one that I really think I'd enjoy watching is probably Nemesis, just because of who plays his clone, you know, because he's really good. And but you know, that First Contact, that's it. When I rank the movies, Wrath of Khan's number 1, Undiscovered Country's number 2, and First Contact is number 3. I think that's the 3rd best out of all of them. I really do. I think that one's great.
Hey, Courtney.
Hey, Courtney, how you doing, young lady? It's good to see you. We're just sitting here talking about Picard season 3.
And Star Trek in general.
Yeah, Star Trek in general. But yeah, there was so many good moments in this season. And I mean, I thought the villain did a great job. I can't remember that girl's name, the actor, but maybe she was good.
Christopher Plummer's daughter, Amanda Plummer.
Right. Yeah, Amanda Plummer. She's she was great as that friggin' changeling chick, and there was I just never was bored with this show. I never was. Yeah. They amped it up every episode, made you want to watch the next one, and that's something you don't see too much anymore. Let's see. She said, just popping in to say happy Wednesday. I'm packing, so I can't stay, but I'll share you out. Thank you, ma'am. Much love to you too, Courtney. It's good to see you.
There were so many callbacks, though. I mean,
there were.
I'm sure there's a lot. You not being a Next Generation fan probably missed a ton of them.
Yeah.
Like, for example, you know who Shelby was, right?
Shelby.
She's the captain that I think she was a changeling. No, they killed her. So, but she's the one that when Frontier Day happened, she comes out in that Neo E class. It looks like the Enterprise E, or Voyager, and talks about the linked systems.
Okay. All right.
And
okay.
She's the one that implements that, and the fleet mode.
Okay. So, what was she in the Next Generation series?
She was an anti-Borg specialist. She wasn't like a permanent.
Okay.
But she came on for several episodes for the season when they were dealing with the Borg. And in fact, she was when Riker took over the Enterprise. When Jean-Luc got turned into Locutus,
right?
she became his number one.
Okay.
And
let's see. Hang on one second. Need a lot more Saturday Pro Football, says Hackett could not hack it. He must be a Denver fan
football.
like you, buddy.
What's going on here? Football?
I guess he must have seen the thumbnail with Aaron Rodgers on it.
Oh.
We haven't gotten to that yet, buddy, but we're getting there.
Is that you saw my Denver Broncos?
Could have been what it was. What it was. So go ahead, finish that thought you were having there, man.
And also Alice Krieg, the original Borg Queen from the movies, did the voice of the decrepit Borg Queen.
Okay. Yeah. Didn't she pass away recently?
No, that's the other one. That's the one that was the.
That's right. My wife asked me that question about her, and I was like, I don't think she did, but she had me think. She had me doing the Nelson Mandela thing. You know what I mean? Yeah. But that's one of the things about First Contact that I loved, because I've always dug that lady. The first movie I ever saw her in was a movie called Ghost Story back in the day, back in the 80s. And she's always been gorgeous and just, I love her. She was in that show that I keep telling Gary that he needs to do on Fantastic Friday, Carnival Row. She's the old witch in the first season of that. I dig her. I've always liked her.
Spoiler, Aaron Rodgers washed up. Yep. I
oh, did he say that? Spoiler, Aaron Rodgers washed up. Well, we all know what happened when a Packers quarterback went to the Jets last time. Don't worry, they're not going far. Don't worry about that. But anyway.
I think it'd be very funny if I saw it earlier. They're like, it'd be great if it's not going to happen, but it'd be very funny if the Packers drafted a wide receiver in the first round.
Yeah, that would be funny. That would be funny as hell. Yeah, we're going to cater to him. And then dude, I don't think he knows what he's getting into going to New York. There's two places.
The Jets gave up a lot for it.
No, I'm talking about the fact that he's playing in New York. There's two places I would not want to play quarterback: New York and Philly. I wouldn't want to play in either one of those towns playing that position.
I would want to play in Oakland.
Yeah. Oakland's a bad one there too.
Well, neither does the Raiders. So
no, that's why they went to Las Vegas.
Yeah,
a lot of aren't the A's going to Las Vegas now too?
Are they? A baseball team, the Athletics? Yeah. Oh my God!
I would never. But
know. getting back to Picard, man. I thought they did a bang up.
I definitely thought the third season was better than the first two, but
Mhm.
I don't regret watching the first two. The second one was kind of interesting. They went back in time. I'm always a fan of time travel, and although they broke every single rule ever, but there didn't seem to be any consequences for it. But so that was kind of weird. But Girardi was definitely probably my favorite character. And her development and then being kind of mingled with the board to as a way to survive kind of thing. It was kind of
now what happened to, I tell you, one character I did like in the first season though was that like Jedi Vulcan guy that was his protector basically.
He died.
Yeah, I figured he died. Was it in the first season he died?
I don't remember. I don't know.
But I did like that character.
I don't remember him dying at the end of the first season, but he definitely wasn't alive at the start of the second season because basically the second season at the start of it turned into the woman, Vulcan, Robbie, whatever you call it, wanted to become a love interest of Picard.
Yeah. No, this guy was Vulcan, if I remember correctly.
Vulcan, whatever.
He was.
They had the woman and the man. That was the caretakers, and then
he was trained by that all-female monk.
You're talking about the warrior dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, he basically became the hologram protector of Rios's ship.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, he died.
He died. Okay.
Rafi, he actually joined Starfleet, and then Rafi, because he originally was going to leave for a different cause, and then Rafi talked him into staying and joining Starfleet because she didn't want to be alone. Kind of deal. And it was kind of her, slipping spiral after he died. She slipped again, basically. And, no, he got killed. And then basically became, because Rios' ship could make a projection of anyone that ever comes on the ship. And he became the security for it for like an episode or two. Like that was about it.
Yeah. Well, all I know is
then
this.
He came back, and then he came back afterwards, after they came back to the future.
Yeah. Well, I know this much. This third season Picard was fantastic. If they keep making Star Trek like this, I'll enjoy it. And to tell you the truth, I like Strange New Worlds. I don't love it, but I like it. It's at least it's gone back to a formula where they wrap a storyline in each episode. It's not like you miss a whole lot if you miss one.
That's another reason why I think you'd really like Stargate, because they do a lot of that too. Until they get deeper into the plot. That
was the original. Yeah, I mean, there's always. It's kind of like Marvel with the Thanos thing. There's always some story thread going through the whole season, but you're not missing a lot if you miss an episode. That's dangling, but they tell a story in one episode. I like that. That's how the original, because I sound like the old fuck saying "get off my lawn" all the damn time, but that's the way the original was. That's I mean, they only had one 2-part episode. It was called the Menagerie. So, but anyway, so if they come out, if they have, you said Star Trek Legacy is what it's called.
Yeah.
The New Adventures of the Enterprise.
Terry Metalis. Yeah.
If they have Terry do that, I'd be on board to watch it, man. I really would. I would definitely.
I think instead of Legacy, I think it'd be cooler to have instead of Picard, for the next generation, instead of Legacy, just Crusher. Crusher, I think, would be a good title.
Yeah, you're right. That would be cool. Yeah, that would be cool. But the ship belongs to 7 of 9.
Nah, she could die in the first episode.
She could die in the first episode. We just hand it over to Jack. No,
yeah, why not?
No, I like 7 of 9, man. I think she's cool. But anyway,
you can kill Rafi in the first episode, though.
Do what?
You can kill Rafi in the first episode.
Yeah, I am a little over Rafi. Although her fight scenes in the third season were pretty cool.
Yeah, they were.
She was kicking ass.
She was a tough chick. Yep, no doubt. But anyway, yeah, I enjoyed it, and I'm on board for more of it. So, all right, the next thing we got on tonight's agenda. Matter of fact, since we got a footballer in the house, we'll go ahead and hit this now, and then we'll finish up the rest of the show with CinemaCon. We got the draft coming up tomorrow, boys and girls. Believe it or not, it's already draft time in the NFL. And we're going to take a look real quick at some of the stuff you need to know going into the draft. We got some stories here. First of all, of course, you saw in the picture I just put up there, the biggest story this week in the NFL is Aaron Rodgers finally being traded to the Jets. Jets fans, I got news for you. This guy is not the savior, okay? I mean, you're going to win more games. You'll win more games. But
he's a Band-Aid.
Listen. Zach Wilson is going to give him hell, though.
Right?
Watch out for him.
I saw some headline that said Aaron Rodgers has made it his mission to fix Zach Wilson. I was like, that is so bullshit.
Yeah.
That is, I don't know who is coming up with this crap.
About a backup quarterback. He has never cared about a backup quarterback.
No, never. Never.
Me?
Why do you, shoot? If he cared about a quarterback, he'd been working with Jordan Love, and I don't think there was any stories coming out of Green Bay.
And that's probably the same treatment he got from Brett Favre. I don't think Brett Favre ever really cared.
Brett Favre didn't give two shits what he was doing, no doubt. But let's see. Let me put this up here, guys. I'm sorry, I got my sinuses draining. We're gonna look at some of these stories. Of course, this is the news out of New York, the New York area. You see the headline: Aaron Rodgers officially introduced by Jets and ready to pursue Super Bowl. They're already talking Super Bowl in New York. Are you believe? I mean, come on, man. Come on, guys. It's one player. Give me a break here.
I mean,
of course,
we didn't do any different. But
this is true. This is true. It was Let's Ride, right? It was. Oh man, that's No, we're not going to go there.
Let's crash and burn.
That was crash and burn. Yes, it was.
And then he did crash and burn. You saw that, right? That he wrecked a little golf cart?
No.
Russell Wilson? You didn't
Talk
see
to
that?
me, man.
How did you miss that? Yeah,
he
was on the golf course and he spun out. It circled. It rolled and everything. Yeah, he crashed the golf cart.
What's he doing? Trying to do donuts in a golf cart, man? What
man.
But, I swear to God. Okay. Well, the news was a little different. Yeah, he was riding. Sean Payton needs to teach him how to golf. The headline was a little different out of Green Bay. Packers officially trade QB Aaron Rodgers to the New York Jets. The deal, let's see, the official terms. Packers traded quarterback Aaron Rodgers and the 15 overall pick and the 170th in 2023 for the 13th this year and 42nd this year and number 207 overall. Damn, they got 3 picks. Okay.
Yeah.
You got 4.
207 is really high though. For 2023 and a conditional second round pick in 2024. Conditional. I guess that has to do with his performance. I guess.
No, it's how many snaps he does. It's literally
okay.
Yeah, he's got to do 65% of his snaps, and if that's the case, then they get a first round pick.
Okay. All right. Well, we got that, and we also want to look at some other things going in because the team's needs are going to change depending on what they do in free agency, right? Now, this is from 10 days ago, so, of course, it's showing anticipated Aaron Rodgers trade, which that was done. Also, don't forget that Carolina traded up for the number 1 pick. What do we think they're going for there? Are they going quarterback? Or?
I'd be hard-pressed to see not to.
Well, but this year's quarterback class is pretty weak overall.
I've heard that, but I've also heard the first 4 out of the first 5 picks could be quarterbacks because it's so weak.
Yeah, and because the teams really need a quarterback.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of teams
I think Carolina could do it. They'll probably. I think it's almost a lock that they're going to get Bryce Young, and then and Carolina's been making some deals. Like Need says, they got Miles Sanders, and they also got Adam Thielen.
Mm-hmm.
So they signed Adam Thielen?
They did, yeah. So
I missed that.
Falcons stink, Jets stink. Man, he's just naming all these teams that stink. Adam Thielen. Yeah. They released him, didn't they? The Vikings, didn't they?
Oh, you weren't even paying attention, Joe. All right.
I'm sorry. I was looking at his chats real quick, trying to catch up.
His stinks. Got it.
Yeah. Got it.
No. Adam Thielen went to the Panthers.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
I'd missed that he'd gotten signed.
Yep. And Hayden Hurst. Who is Hayden Hurst? Do I know him?
I kind of recognize the name, but
I don't know.
Yeah, the name sounds familiar, and then
But Vegas released Derek Carr. Now we know he went to New Orleans.
Yeah.
And they've got Jimmy G, which I'm sorry, guys, that's a downgrade in my book. I don't know what they're thinking there. I don't know what the thinking is there.
I'm just sad we won't be able to wreck the Raiders' car every 2 times a year.
Look at this. Saints stink. Does anybody play well, man?
He must be an AFC fan or something.
He must be an AFC fan. Sean Payton dealt to Denver. Now, what did you guys give up for that?
I don't remember. I know it was our first rounder that we got from 49ers, but
hey, there's Matt.
I don't remember.
Matt says, "Who dat? Who dat? Who dat gonna beat Derek Carr? Damn it!" But you got Sean Payton. Let's see what else happened. Oh yeah, Philly re-signed Bradbury and Slay. Slay's a big one. That's a damn good corner.
Yeah, I was hoping we could steal him, but oh well. And
Odell Beckham signs with the Ravens.
Yep.
They must be really trying to lure homeboy into signing with them. But what is the deal with Lamar Smith? I don't know what to think of this guy.
Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson. Why did I say Smith? Lamar Jackson. Yeah. What is his thinking, man? What?
Well, he's too busy.
He's about to leverage himself out of playing. I mean,
he's too busy forcing his masseuse to give him happy endings.
Oh, God. That's the Cleveland guy.
Oh, that's Deshaun Watson. Sorry. Yeah.
That's Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
You're getting him confused there, brother.
Yeah, I did.
No, this guy, he's doing his own negotiating.
But it was the Deshaun Watson thing. He's like, I want that. And they broke down the numbers. Like his guarantees are much better. Like 50 mil more or something like that.
So why didn't he sign it?
I don't know. Just much more guaranteed.
He's his own
kind of hard
agent.
him and his mom, I guess. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah. Need more Saturday Pro Football? I have to question your credibility with that statement, sir. Sorry about that. This panel is not on board with Josh Allen. He's talented. But he's not the GOAT, bro.
How many Super Bowls Bills have?
I believe
with
Josh Allen. I was talking to my wife about this last night. We're pulling out of Kroger's parking lot, and I'm sitting there and I'm looking over the steering wheel, and there's a guy with an old school Buffalo Bills hat, the old school just standing there Bill, right? The you could go over and tip him over Bill, right?
Yeah. And
same emblem on the shirt, and it said AFC champion, and I said, dude, you've got to pick another team because they have not won a championship since the 90s in the AFC. Okay. They won 4 in a row. They did something no other team would probably ever do, but they haven't done it since the 90s. I don't know what that guy was wearing that around for. I was like, what in the hell, man? Have you lost your mind?
The 3 best AFC quarterbacks is Patrick Mahomes with a bad leg, and Patrick Mahomes' leg.
He's not wrong.
Patrick, he's talking about the severely injured elbow. Yeah, but Patrick Mahomes won a Super Bowl on one leg.
Happy ending anytime Allen starts. Really? Didn't he start the AFC? Did they make it the AFC Championship game this year? No, I don't think.
Honestly, at this point, the thing about last year for me and the Broncos,
it was the Bengals,
is the bar is so low right now that anything like above 20 points offensively is going to be a win in my book. So,
Yeah.
That's how bad our offense
I hear. Yeah, that's how bad off your
know,
offense was.
It's like if we get 21 points in a game, like we'll probably win. So that's like that's all we needed before. I don't even think we needed 20 points to
No, your defense was good enough to win those games. I mean, if I felt sorry for anybody, it was the defense for the Denver Broncos last year.
Absolutely.
Good Lord.
They were so just done with it by the end of the season.
It was so horrible. Oh man.
It's just gonna make sense to me, especially since I got into college football and all I see is like just offense everywhere. It's like, guys, you throw the ball and the wide receiver catches it. Why can't we not come up with a game plan that does that? Like that was the frustrating thing. It's like this isn't the hardest
it
thing
had to be. I'm sitting there watching these games going, I have seen Russell make miracles happen when he leaves the pocket, and he just couldn't do it this last year. He looked like shit. He was not reading guys open. It was like I think he got in his own head. Yeah. It was really weird, man. It was really weird. I was like, what in the hell is going on?
Every week it was just hatching. Yeah, we got to go into the room and we got to work this out. We got to come up with a good game plan. It's like every week. It's like, dude,
Hackett's not ready to be a friggin'
This
head
is why
coach.
you were fired. So now the theme is, I don't know what week they play in, but it's going to be Jets and Broncos this season, and so it's going to be in Nathaniel Hatchett with his new Aaron Rodgers quarterback going to Denver and facing Russell Wilson and Broncos. So it's going to be a storyline leading up to that, I'm sure.
That's a strange statement. Josh Allen was not on pot. Okay, that's good.
Cool.
Glad to hear it. Good for him. Well, I tell you, man, I'd have to. I don't know. Just knowing how good a coach Sean Payton is, I got to think you're going to improve, man. I got to think you are.
I hope so.
It's not like there's not pieces on that team. Damn.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Shame we don't have a first rounder, though. It's going to be a very boring night for me. No,
yeah, well, you're going to see what the competition gets. Now, who is it you were saying you wanted to trade up to get there? John?
The wide receiver, Flowers?
Zay Flowers.
Yeah. Where do you play at?
Oh, I can't remember.
USC, I believe.
Okay. Is he UFC?
USC, I mean.
USC?
No, that was Addison. Hang on.
Yeah.
See,
I saw like a list, and
he heard we were talking football, and here comes the best backup in the league. What's up, Matt? How you doing, man?
Doing good.
Orange man good. Orange man good.
That's
right.
That's right. I'm gonna have to change locations or lighting or something because I look like I ate a bunch of carrots.
Listen, we're gonna watch the draft. All right, there's a lot of good people.
Orange man bad.
There's many great people in the draft. They're all
many
good.
Great players. Many great players.
There's really great players. I really see a lot of potential in them.
It's going to be unbelievable.
Now, let me ask you this, guys. Well, we'll talk about it more after the show because we got to get set up for it. But it's on ABC Live, right? I don't need ESPN to watch this thing, do I? Pretty sure they're going to show it on. They usually show it on ABC, I think.
The past few years, I think they've shown it on both.
Yeah. Because we're going to have to sync up. That's for sure.
Yep. NFL Network, ESPN, and ABC.
Okay, so I think our best bet's probably going to be NFL Network.
I mean,
then.
If you're doing cable, then I'm not going to be able to keep up because
that's what I'm asking.
I don't have cable, so I can only do stream.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I will stream NFL Network on my computer, and we'll time it up before we even get started. You know what I mean? We'll get it synced up. That's how we'll do it. I got to thinking about that earlier today. I was like, yeah, if I watch it the way I usually watch ABC, I'll be fucking 30 seconds ahead of you, bro. That's for sure. Because you never watch live stuff. All you do is stream.
I watch it live, but it's just, streamed live.
Yeah.
Which is always naturally behind. So
yeah,
it's a shame you can't set up a HD antenna. You'd see it live. But of course, I'm in a house. I've got one on the roof, and I've got it run to all of my televisions in the house, so I can watch it live anywhere in the house. So, but let's see. Denver doesn't have a first rounder. Who's got the most first rounders? I don't even remember.
I'm trying to find the actual.
Yeah,
I've got the list here. Let's see who's on there more than once.
Can you throw it up there? I'll share it.
Oh, it's on Twitter on my
your phone. Okay.
Sorry.
That's fine.
I'm looking up now. All right, I got you.
Eagles have 2.
Let's see.
They got the number 10 from New Orleans, and they got their number 30.
Okay. All right, there you go. Panthers, Texans. Yeah, both in need of quarterbacks. Cardinals. I'd say they need a quarterback.
They're not going to get a quarterback.
I don't think they're going to, but yeah, that guy that took that job, he's a moron. Oof. Colts definitely need a quarterback. And I don't know. They're probably going to keep going with Geno, I would imagine. They're not going to use it on
he got a good deal. So, yeah. I don't see any reason for him.
Yeah.
Lions, maybe.
I can see 3 out of the first 5 taking quarterbacks, no doubt. I mean, if the quarterback pool is as bad as John is saying, they're going to have to take the ones that are there.
The Texans have the 2nd and the 12th. That's pretty good.
And the 12th?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Lions have a couple.
Yeah, we've got a couple thanks to
Eagles have 2.
Yeah.
Prior we got to the 20.
Well, you got number draft. 5 from us. You got number 5 from
right,
us.
Number 5 and number 20, right?
This would have been Denver.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Prior to the 2019 draft, Nick Bosa warned the Cardinals that he would haunt them if they chose Kyler Murray over him. And they did.
Wow.
So,
yeah.
Wow. That's some foreshadowing.
Sort of like the whole Michael Jordan, and I took that personally.
Right?
Remark.
Took that personally thing. Yeah. It's kind of like when Randy Moss played the Cowboys. Yeah. I take it personally. Yes. I'm going to score 6 touchdowns on you every time I see you.
Thaddeus Moss is the tight end in the USFL. He scored a touchdown this last weekend.
Is he related? Is that his son?
It's his son, yeah.
No kidding. No. Wow. That's cool, man.
He was on that very talented LSU team in 2019.
Yes.
Yep, he's trying to get back in, and he's doing USFL right now. So,
wow, cool.
I could just imagine whenever the Vikings were going to be, whenever they did the draft that had Randy Moss in it, when he kept sliding and sliding and sliding, I just imagine Dennis Green crossing his fingers and being like, "Please be there, please be there."
Right.
And he was.
Let's see. Need a lot more. Saturday Pro Football says everybody has been coming up to me and saying, "Sir, have such a beautiful draft." What are you? Okay, cool.
I think it was a Donald Trump impression.
Yeah, I think he's doing a Donald Trump thing.
A beautiful draft. Yes, it would be a beautiful draft. Yes, none better.
There's great people in all the teams on both sides.
Great people on all the teams. Yes. Well, I tell you, man, I'm glad to see the Seahawks have more than one first-round pick this year. What did he say?
As far as the fake news media.
Let's say, have been saying some not so nice things.
Listen, the Green Bay Packers are not going to get a wide receiver in the first round. That's fake news. It's not going to happen. Okay.
Yeah, what are the Packers going to do now? Jordan Love. The Jordan Love era begins. How are they feeling about that, I wonder? I don't know. The little bit I've seen that guy played, he didn't show very much to me. I don't know.
Oh, Zay Flowers is out of Boston College, by the way.
Boston? Okay.
Boston College. Yeah. Well, I'm just glad to see the Seahawks have more than one first-round pick because they usually end up trading out. Don't be surprised if they trade out of that 5th pick unless there's somebody really good on defense Pete wants. Sneaky Pete will take the defensive player. No doubt. He would take the defensive player.
Well, I'll just take 1 day's worth of Geno Smith's salary.
There you go. Hey, man. What a great story that is, though.
Yeah.
You know? Because he was one of them dudes that played in that market that I was talking about in New York.
Yeah.
A young guy that isn't ready for it will get crushed in that environment. And he did. He got crushed in that environment. And he's bounced back in Seattle, man. He's having a good career, and he's having fun. That's the main thing. I love to see that. Trust me, I'm no big Geno Smith fan, but it's just really good to see a veteran like him that's been around to, make something of himself and actually get a good deal out of it. What were you saying, Matt?
So who's going to win the AFC? The Jets or the Bills? Not the division. The whole thing.
The whole thing?
That
would be the Kansas City Chiefs. Neither one of them.
All roads lead through Arrowhead.
Yeah, man.
That's true.
I think it's going to keep going the way it is. I think we're going to see Joe Burrow and Priest Holmes every year, and I think that we're going to see Josh Allen sneak in there eventually at some point. Maybe
Herbert, Lawrence.
Herbert sneak in there at some point, but it's going to be those two guys leading the charge pretty much every year. Really,
I would compare
unless a Denver with a huge defense comes up and bitch slaps everybody. You know what I mean? It's not going to be the quarterback that gets them there. You know what I'm saying? It's good. They're going to be riding other people.
I would compare the Chiefs of the past few years to basically sort of what Golden State's doing in the NBA in terms of they may not win it every year, but they're
going to be in the conversation.
Every year.
Yes.
And for at least the next 4 or 5 years, I think they will be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I mean, dude, they're in the AFC Championship every year. Last 5 years.
Yep.
How much
since the guy showed up?
John, how much longer is this contract with Mahomes? Another 7-8 years?
No, it's another. Well, wait, that was his rookie.
Then they extended him for 10 years.
Yeah, well, no, the original
$500 million.
contract was 10 years for $500 million, but they've got options on the extension after that. But
They gotta be feeling pretty good about that $500 million right now.
I think it's 7 years from that big contract.
Wow,
they gotta be feeling.
He was on his rookie deal for the first couple.
I mean, that guy, he does stuff that you can't coach. It's just amazing.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at what Derek Carr is making and Geno Smith with their new contracts, Mahomes is underpaid. I
honestly think they've been. At the time it seemed like such a crazy,
a big deal.
Nobody gets 10 years in the NFL. Who gets 10 years in the NFL? Has that ever happened before? I don't know about 10 years.
Well, a coach got that, and then he promptly got fired into his second year.
I mean, a player, so it's crazy that even happened. But who's the Denver fan? I don't even know.
Don't know who the Denver fan is.
I don't know.
Don't know who the Denver fan is.
I see it over my shoulder.
I think it's this guy right here. Yeah. I think it's. If you didn't know, you're gonna learn today, baby. It's that face right there, wearing the orange shirt. Yeah, man, no doubt. That's the Bronco guy. But I'm. I just love the draft because everybody gets to see the new guys get out there and they're all starry-eyed. They don't know what's going on, but I'm always rooting for every one of these guys to just keep their head on straight. Don't get caught up in the bullshit. Apply themselves and get going. You know what I mean? And it's so great to see them when they do. It's the guys that the Sean Watsons and shit that end up that think they're privileged and mess it up for the rest of them. That's the ones I can't stand. But the guys that get picked in the 3rd, 4th round and they're all hyped about it and they end up making something of themselves. I mean, like whoever thought that shrimp Cooper Kupp would be a great player? Whoever thought that guy would be a great player?
Certainly not the scouts.
No. I don't even remember what round he was drafted. He may not have been drafted. He might have been a free agent. I'm not sure. But it's stories like that I dig, and this is like the beginning of the season, really. The draft is the first thing of the new season. And there's trades and stuff, but this is really where you get to see the young talent that could be with your team for a decade, like Priest, Patrick Mahomes. Yeah.
You trying to go back to Priest Holmes.
I always try. Look, they were both Chiefs. It screws me up, dude. Yeah.
One's a running back, one's a quarterback. Yeah.
Hey, dude. Hey, I've got a Priest Holmes jersey hanging in my locker. In my locker, my closet. I've got that and Trent Green. Those are my 2 Chiefs jerseys. But what do you guys think? Of course, we know the Broncos. The big acquisition for the Broncos has already happened. It's Sean Payton. And I think he's going to turn your ship around. Now, you're in what's quickly becoming the toughest division in football. It used to be mine.
I mean,
it used to be my team, my division, and right now it's becoming your division.
Can we
you and John?
Can we swap over to the NFC? I feel like
right.
The future
fucking destroying teams over there.
NFC's kind of like, yeah, you can go straight to the championship in the NFC.
Right. I mean, San Francisco's always in the mix,
but their quarterback's always, gone by the end of the season
or hurt.
Yeah, he really is in Philly.
This guy thinks Steve DeBerg is Mahomes. No. I remember Steve DeBerg. He was great. But so we know what the story is with your team. I guess the acquisition of Carr is the big thing for the Saints in the offseason, huh, Matt?
Yeah.
Yep, I'd say so.
Yeah.
I think you're getting Mike Thomas back from injury.
I don't even keep up with that guy. He's such a flake.
Yeah. It's
yeah.
I mean, I know everybody knows him by his talent and everything, but yeah, he is a flake. That guy, you can't really count on him, man.
Yeah.
But I shouldn't have drafted him in fantasy. Dang.
No. Well, I mean, yes. Like I said, he's talented. If he's healthy, yeah, play him. But
Thomas is one of those where if you have him on your bench in fantasy, he's good to have there. That way, if he does decide to start lighting it up, no one else can get him.
Right.
And you can use him.
Well,
but
the last several
years
coming my fantasy teams look like the Chiefs starting
roster, right?
Yeah, except for a running back, yeah. And
I'm sure you don't pick your defense, though.
No,
you don't ever pick your defense, do you? No.
Well, and with Andy Reid's system, the running back, it's sort of like, insert player here.
Yeah.
They'll succeed.
Pretty much.
Although Pacheco is a hell of a player.
Yeah.
Well, as far as the offseason for you guys, it's just business as usual, really. Reid's still there. How long do you think Reid's still going to be there?
Probably a couple more years.
Yeah.
He says he's not ready to retire yet. So
Mahomes is the real deal, Holyfield. So you'll be in it every year, man. And as far as my team goes, I just want to see some good football, man. That's all I want to see. I just want to see.
I think that's part of the reason why Eric Bieniemy went to Indiana, because Reid isn't ready to retire yet,
and he doesn't feel like he's going to go any. Yeah,
or not. Who did he go to? Yeah, he went to Indiana. The Commanders. Yeah, who went to Indiana?
What? Nobody?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Because they had Indianapolis.
Oh, Indianapolis. I was like, who's in Indiana?
Yeah.
What you looking at there, Knock?
I was trying to see if I can find my my fantasy team from last year. I don't think I'm.
Either way.
Oh, good Lord.
That's right. Because he's under Ron Rivera, and Ron
I just want
Rivera
to see who I had.
retire
Yeah.
this next year.
Yeah, I think Bieniemy will be the Commanders' head coach within a year or two.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like the Colts. I think the Colts got one of the Eagles' assistants. Let's see.
Yeah, the Eagles' assistants went to Indianapolis and Arizona.
The offensive coordinator went to the Colts. The defensive coordinator went to
the defensive coordinator is obviously a moron. He went to Arizona.
He's the reason why J.J. Watt retired. No,
so yeah, Shane.
I don't want no part of this. I'm out. I'm retired.
Is the Colts coach, 37 years old.
There you go.
I do have the top prospects. I don't know if you want to show it.
Well, throw them up real quick,
each,
man. You're going to see some of this tomorrow night, guys.
Yeah.
Now,
I'll definitely have it.
We're doing a live reaction show, but
so this is quarterbacks right here.
With
Bryce Young,
floor.
everybody thinks Bryce Young's going number one. Didn't he
CJ
get arrested for
Stroud.
DWI not too long ago, or beating somebody up or something? Didn't he get arrested?
Not Bryce Young.
Yeah, the quarterback. Isn't that the quarterback?
I'm sure there's a couple quarterbacks that have done that, but I don't think it was Bryce Young.
You're thinking of Stetson Bennett.
That's it. The guy from Georgia. Sorry about that. Yeah,
I don't even think he's.
Yeah, there he is. He's number 12.
Number 12.
Oh, did I mess up? Okay, yeah. What do they say about him? This is he's got a grade of 43 out of 100, so he's pretty low on this board.
Won 2 national championships and pretty low. Interesting.
He's 4th rounder, easy.
This is going to be an interesting one right here. Anthony Richardson.
He reminds me of Josh Allen in some ways.
I was fixing to say
being a raw product.
There's some people that are theorizing maybe the Baltimore will pick him up.
Who's that pick? Number 4?
Yeah, this is, or I think this is number 3 on this list, anyways.
By position, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is quarterback, and this is.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, overall I have over here, but this is just by.
He's going to be a work in progress.
Absolutely, yeah.
You've got to work on his accuracy, but
he's a runner. When
he pulls it down, you're in trouble.
So I've heard theories out there of the Ravens possibly going for him and then saying "fuck off, Lamar."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, or at least they'd be in a position to. So
now that'd
be interesting.
That would be very interesting. It definitely would be, no doubt about it. But anyway,
best running back right here too, the Bijan Robinson.
Yep.
I saw something where the Cowboys may trade up to try and get him, keep him in Texas. I'm like, somebody's trying to sell jerseys again. But yeah. Where's your guy?
He's number 2.
There he is. He's number 4. I see him.
4. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh.
Quentin Johnson, Jalen Hyatt. If we go back to running backs real quick, my running back that I'm going to be watching, he's not going to be in the first round. It's this guy right here, Tajay Spears.
Okay.
From Tulane.
Yeah.
He was a lot of fun. He's like a Darren Sproles kind of guy.
Darren Sproles? Ooh, deadly.
Yeah.
Very
the last few minutes of that Tulane USC game was a thing of beauty.
It was.
Yeah.
Yep. I rewatched that the other day. But Quentin Johnson is one I'm watching, and then the Jalen Hyatt from Tennessee.
It worries me that Zay Flowers has been moving up on everybody's list.
Might not be available.
Might not be there.
Yeah.
Might want to invest in some defense, pal.
And this guy, I've started hearing his name, Dalton Kincaid from Utah. Mm-hmm. They've been comparing him to Zach Ertz and even Kelsey.
Really? Tight end?
Yeah, tight end. Yeah. He's 6'4".
It sounds like if you were playing, that sounds like a name, like a creative player name on Madden.
Yeah.
Well, boys and girls, you're going to see all about this tomorrow night. We're going to be on at 6 Central Time, 7 o'clock Eastern, and we'll be on a full hour before they get started. Correct me if I'm wrong, John. They start at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, right?
That sounds right.
The picks, yeah. Pretty sure that's when they're going to start. And we're going to be on a full hour ahead of time to fill you in on everything NFL, what's happened in the offseason, everything. We were just hitting the high points right there. But
8 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah, that's what I thought. And we're going to give you a live reaction of every pick and what we think and did that team need it, that kind of thing. And I'm definitely going to have my homework done on my Seahawks, see what we need.
I'm curious if there are going to be any surprise trades. We've had some before, but
yeah, there's been trades in the past. Right there, the night of it happens, man. You know, they'll trade out of like Seattle. God, Seattle has traded out of the first round a few times. Of course, it's when we had better record and we were higher up in the draft. I don't think we're doing it this year, unless somebody just really throws something at us.
You could probably get some good stuff for that fifth.
Well, it depends on if there's a defensive player that Pete really wants. I could see him doing something with the.
I think I saw the biggest thing I saw was a safety. Yeah. Probably the best secondary guy in the back.
I don't know that we need that. We got I don't know. Jamal Adams is a great player, but we can't keep him on the fucking field for shit.
There is one thing we do know: Roger Goodell will get booed.
Yes, he will. He will be booed every time he hits the stage. Yes, he will.
I'll be booing from outside.
It's appreciated.
When he shows up on
We appreciate
the
you,
Jumbotron.
John. We want to hear your voice loud and hearty. Yes, absolutely. All right, well, let's move on to the last thing we got here tonight, guys, and that would be CinemaCon. Now, this is the convention that's going on. I think the Friday Night Tights crew went and had their Vegas meetup because a lot of people are in town for this in Vegas this week. CinemaCon, it's the cinema industry gets together and has a convention, and they've been releasing a lot of stuff this time around. Let me I've got to change what I'm sharing here. I've got it on a different screen. Let's see, stop sharing. But they started on Monday, and Monday was the Sony day. They had a bunch of stuff from Sony, and one of the first things they showed was I want to say it was this is their website, by the way, guys. If you want to go check out the CinemaCon website, it's cinemacon.com. Let's see. Let's check out the schedule. Of course, everything was Sony this first day, and they had several panels and stuff like that. And one of the things that happened on the first day that I thought was really neat, let's see if I can find it real quick. I've got so many articles up here. Hang on one second. Bear with me. I got to find it. I know it's up here. Where are you? Where are you? There's a lot of neat things coming out of this, though, guys. And I've got an article just about Sony and what they released. There it is. Damn. It's the first one, and I didn't even notice which one it was. Yeah. Denzel Washington got a standing ovation and a surprise Lifetime Achievement Award at CinemaCon. The actor and filmmaker hit the Coliseum stage in Las Vegas, where he was joined by Antoine Fuqua and Dakota Fanning to present the premiere of the trailer of their upcoming film Equalizer 3. But yeah, he got a Lifetime Achievement Award.
Wait a minute, where's Queen Latifah? I don't.
Right? Where's she at? Yeah. What's the deal? Oh, that's the gender-bended television series. I'm sorry. Yeah. Wrong one. Yeah. Yeah. You know, Denzel had never done a sequel until he made Equalizer 2, and now all of a sudden it's become a franchise. He had never done a sequel before. And so I was happy to hear that because I like Denzel Washington a lot.
You know, a lot of actors tend to do that. Well, I'll say a lot of them. The ones that can pick and choose, like Tom Hanks, really other than the Toy Story, if I could speak, the Toy Story series, he's not really done hardly any sequels that I can think of. Yeah. And I think it's because one time I heard Hanks talk about how unless the writing is really, really good, he's not interested in treading over waters he's already been over. I would suspect Denzel is in a similar bargaining position.
Right. He's the kind of guy that wants to do. You know, he's an actor's actor, and that's what Hanks has been his whole life. Well, I mean, I say his whole life. He really started in comedy, on television. But these are guys that get to pick and choose what they do. And when the world is your oyster, why would you do the same thing over and over again, man? Do what you want to do. But looking at the Sony Pictures part of it, let's take a look at that real quick. I've got an article here on that. Sony Pictures at CinemaCon, everything revealed. Gran Turismo trailer shows the journey from the game to a real-life racing. Kraven the Hunter will be Sony's first R-rated Marvel movie. Yeah. That I like a lot. I like to hear that right there because this is one of my favorite characters.
And Rhino's in it too.
Really? Rhino's going to be in it? That's cool.
I like the idea of a Kraven the Hunter movie. My only concern is that's not a big name household-wise. Like,
right.
The average person doesn't know who Kraven the Hunter is. So,
yeah, well, they didn't know who Morbius was either. Of course, you saw how
they
that turned
didn't.
out.
Yeah.
So
That didn't turn out well box office wise.
Guardians wasn't a big one either.
But I got to
true.
yeah,
but it was
Guardians
MCU.
wasn't a big comic book. It didn't sell a lot when it came out. But
Batman wasn't a big,
yeah.
even though he was one of the founding members of the Avengers.
Dude, yeah. I mean, pretty much in the MCU, they wrote Tony Stark into Ant-Man's part. That's who he was in the Avengers. He's the guy that built the Avengers, man. Yeah. But yeah, I really like the fact that they're going to make an R-rated Kraven movie because, in my opinion, and you guys, I'm a big Spider-Man fan. One of the darkest Spider-Man story I've ever read was Kraven's Last Hunt. And it is one of the best Spider-Man stories. It's fantastic, man. If you've never read that, it's a 6-issue crossover event between, of course, at that time, I think they have 4 Spider-Man rags at that time, I think. Spectacular, Peter Parker, amazing. Yeah. I don't think McFarlane's Spider-Man had started yet. Not sure. E. Clay Thomas says, I have no idea who he is.
Yeah, and that would be my concern from a marketing standpoint. Just
I never heard of him either.
Yeah, I know.
I think what helped the Guardians was it being in the MCU. That and the music on the trailers.
Yeah,
believe it or not. I mean, something as simple as that.
Well, they'll tie it into Spider-Man somehow. They're going to do that, and they're going to have to do it in the trailer just to sell the movie. That.
I think it's basically part of like the Venom verse, you could call it.
Yeah.
Is he related to Kraven Moorhead? I don't even know who that is. Well, tell me the joke now, Matt. What is it?
Say it again, Joe.
Okay. Oh, Jesus. Okay.
I was wondering if he'd get it.
I wasn't paying attention, but
E. Clay Thomas, you suck. You suck. He got me to do it. But yeah, this is one that I'm really looking forward to. I'm really looking forward to Kraven the Hunter being an R-rated movie. That looks awesome. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
I'll be honest. Sorry, Joe. I don't think I'll ever be able to unhear that now whenever I think of this movie.
Of course not.
Is that joke. That's going to stick with me forever.
Kraven Moorhead. He is. Say it like Yoda, and it makes sense. Yes, absolutely.
Well, Kraven does wear a lion pelt, which is a cat, so you could say Kraven more.
Yes,
exactly. Kraven he is.
Yoda. He like Tom. We're killing him, dude. He got me, man. He got me. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse CinemaCon footage features a grounded Miles and Gwen Stacy. From what I've seen of this, I'm not sure how this is going to go over. I really don't. I've seen they're going to have a pregnant Spider-Woman in this. Why a pregnant woman will want to jump around and kick ass, I don't know. But she looks like she's about to pop too. Have you seen this, guys? Have you seen the pregnant Spider-Woman that's in this thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. It looks
still
stupid.
Yeah.
I enjoyed. Don't get me wrong. I enjoy the first one, but man. Now, this one I didn't know anything about, and as soon as I saw the name Ridley Scott, and it's a friggin' history piece, man, I'm going to have to learn more about this one. Ridley Scott's Napoleon CinemaCon footage showcases an epic battle scene starring Joaquin Phoenix. And from what I understand after reading all these articles on this stuff, that got a lot of buzz at this thing. They showed I want to say about 10 minutes of it, and they were like, wow, this is amazing. And that's not the only movie they did that with. Warner Brothers had the second day, and apparently a lot of people were impressed with the Flash movie footage that they showed.
I thought they showed the whole movie.
Yeah, I think they showed the whole movie. Yeah. But this I'm looking forward to. It comes out in theaters in November, about the same time Dune's coming out. So we're going to get some good Christmas movies out of it. That's for sure. Ghostbusters Afterlife cast reunite in New York for the sequel. Yep. And of course, I already told you about the Lifetime Achievement Award Denzel got. That's the poster for Equalizer 3. Justice Knows No Borders. He must be going international this year.
Yeah. that Ghostbusters Afterlife sequel, I heard it's at least right now it's Ghostbusters Firehouse.
Yeah, from what I hear, they're getting the costumes back and everything. From what I've been reading about it, so yeah.
One thing I'll give Sony credit for, you never see anybody pointing out, Sony stupidity like you see with some of these other major.
No,
companies.
they play it safe. They don't really go out of their way to offend people. They really don't. They pick and choose what they're going to do with the projects. I mean, of course, most of the Sony movies, isn't that Columbia? In Columbia, their label? I think it is. I'm pretty sure that's.
I think so.
That's theirs. Yeah, and
most they're all coming back. They're all coming back for this one.
Yep. That's what I've been reading about. E. Clay Thomas.
Bill Murray's supposed to die.
Bill Murray. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Well, I'm sure they're going to have. I don't know if they'll have Gozer in it again, but
no, it won't be Gozer.
No. But it'd be interesting if that ghost of that dude that their kid got possessed by in the second one, right? If he showed back up,
that's who was. Only problem is the guy that did the voice is no longer with us.
Yeah. So anyway, that pretty much is the highlights of the Sony day. Now let me see if I can find Warner Brothers. Yeah, here it is. Warner Brothers, everything Warner Brothers on the second day. There was a lot of stuff here, guys. A lot of stuff for Warner. The Flash CinemaCon 2023 trailer shows the consequences of trying to change the past. And we might look at that trailer before we're done with, but it's more the same though. I mean, that really what it boils down to, guys, Michael Keaton's going to sell this. And I really, they showed him a little bit more in the new trailer with the cowl off. And he looks good, man, for his age. He looks good.
Let's get nuts.
Let's get nuts. I didn't like that. I don't know. It just didn't
too corny.
It didn't seem right. I mean, he's supposed to say that like a crazy guy, like he did in the first one, right?
Yeah.
It just didn't seem right.
There's a persistent rumor, and I've heard people that have I know that have sources in Warner Brothers say this, that there's going to be a cameo by Nick Cage as Superman.
I've heard that too.
You've got to be kidding.
Matter of fact, nope. I can't remember who put that up, but I said, and he better be fighting a giant spider. Damn it, he better be.
And have long hair,
right? Yeah, and have long hair. Yeah.
You don't say.
And will what's his name show up and sing in a pool? It's got the whole world in his hands. Got the whole. That would. Well, the airplane's flying overhead, like
is that Con Air? Or
it's not, yeah. It's not a plane; it's Superman. And then it actually is Superman. But
you know what they called it, Con Air, don't you? Because with Cage's long hair in that movie, he needed a nice hair dryer to keep it nice and
keep it
fluffy.
Nice and blown. Yeah. Some of that footage is just Nick Cage too much, man.
Yeah. I want to say his character went to prison in that movie from killing a guy in a bar fight, and the bar fight was set in Mobile, where I'm from. And
really?
Then, following that, in Cage's later years, when he was trying to get out of debt, he made 2 or 3 films in Mobile.
Really?
Bruce Willis did the same thing. We're one of those places you come to where it's like, if you owe the IRS money, you're probably filming.
We're filming something down here. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody's getting a tax break to film down here. Come on. Let's go. But no, this Flash movie, the more I see out of it, the more I'm like, it's Ezra Miller. I really don't want to support this creep, but I really want to see Michael Keaton in the cowl again, man.
And George Clooney.
And I've heard George Clooney's going to be in it. I've even heard that they maybe have Adam West in it. I mean,
like
I've
a
even
CGI
heard that.
Adam West?
Yes.
I haven't heard about that.
Yes, I've heard that. that they may be having him.
What if we have
I'm
Burt
like,
Ward
what?
in the little green, tights?
Let's hope not,
no.
man. I
Probably
don't want
would
to see
not be.
Robin in any of his forms in this
Yeah.
movie. No. Keep that fool on CW or whatever the Titans are on. Keep that shit over there. Whatever. Please, I don't want to see any of that. But DC's not done. That's not the only one they got this year. And a lot of people were a little bit miffed when the turd monster showed up in the trailer for it. Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom gets extended look at CinemaCon 2023. And I've seen more than one person say that Amber Heard is in the trailer for that one. So they didn't cut her out of the movie completely. So she's in it.
Well, they did reduce her to like 10 minutes or something. So
yeah, they say that. We'll see. But DC's third one, they've got a lot of movies coming out. They're basically dumping everything they had in the COVID cupboard this year. Basically, is what they're doing.
You mention Amber Heard and then say they're dumping everything?
Yes, that's exactly. Yes, that's it.
Want to put that out there?
Yeah.
I think the real question is, was that intentional?
It wasn't intentional. It wasn't. I'm not that quick. The Blue Beetle CinemaCon 2023 footage shows off the villainous. Pronounce that for me. Carapax. Is that it? Carapax?
Yep.
Huh. Nah. I don't even tell me who Carapax is, John.
That's new Blue Beetle stuff. I'm not 100% sure. I will look him up for you though.
Oh, okay. All right. I thought you might know something about that because I know you're looking forward to this one. And I'm wondering, there's been talk that one is actually going to survive into the next thing. The next phase or whatever they want to call it. Let's see. E. Clay Thomas says, I think The Flash will outperform Guardians. I think it's going to too, because of one name, Michael Keaton. I really do. And of course, E. Clay Thomas lets us know what Amber's all about. Yes.
Got some random pictures here for him.
So if The Flash outperforms Guardians 3, is James Gunn happy or sad about that? Because DC's his future, but he did Guardians 3.
He did Guardians 3, yeah.
Carapax, the indestructible man.
Yeah, he's a power armor guy.
Okay.
I've forgotten about him. I just remember the indestructible man. I didn't remember Carapax being his name.
Okay. Very cool.
He's actually he's been a villain of Blue Beetle since the Dan Garrett era.
Okay. All right. Very cool.
That's probably a play on words of the word carapace.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the one thing that Warner Brothers is doing this year that I'm really looking forward to, Dune Part 2, is an action-packed epic war movie. First footage revealed at CinemaCon 2023. Some of the casting choices they've done for the second one. Have you guys heard about who's in this, man? How do you pronounce Fade's last name?
Fade Rotha.
Rathu? Is that it? Rotha. Fade Rotha's being played by Austin Butler. That's, wow. Unbelievable.
Emperor Shaddam is played by Christopher Walken.
Christopher Walken, the Walken. Yeah. He's got a prescription, right? Yeah. He's going to be in it as the Emperor, and his daughter, the princess, is being played by Florence.
Guess what? I got a fever.
Yes.
And the only prescription is more cowbell.
Yes, that's right. Mr. Walken.
Even Jimmy Fallon couldn't ruin that sketch.
No, he couldn't. No, there's no way. But I'm really looking forward to this, man. This is going to be good stuff. I'm glad they split this into two parts and didn't try to make it all in one movie. I don't know. What do you guys think? Are you Dune fans? Are you looking forward to this? Or?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
I had no back. I knew nothing about Dune, so it was me learning about it.
If you like to read,
I enjoyed it.
If you like to read good science fiction, man, that Dune it was one of the influences for Star Wars. It's been around for a long time, dude. And they've tried to make it several times. And I guess the best one up to this point was probably the sci-fi miniseries with William Hurt in it. I guess.
Yeah. I still
But even
haven't-
that,
I
yeah.
like the David Lynch 84 Dune better.
Yeah, I like the 84 Dune too, but I mean, you got to admit they put too much into one movie. They really did. They should have stretched that out into a couple of flicks.
I'm not
but
too
I thought
familiar
it was really good.
I'm not too familiar with the Dune franchise, but it does strike me as one that would be tough to translate to film.
Yeah,
you would have to
it
really
is.
be a
We're
good
talking
director,
thousands of
screenwriter.
years of history in this storyline, and yeah. Of course, we're just covering the original book. There's more books than that. There's Children of Dune, and I can't remember all the rest
God
of
Emperor
them.
of Dune.
God Emperor of Dune, yeah. It's all great stuff. It really is. If you like reading science fiction, like I know you do, Knock, you need to check those books out. They're really good, and like I said, they were one of the influences that Lucas used for Star Wars. So
Unfortunately, I have too many Star Wars to read to
No, I know
start
you
any
do.
other one right now.
I know you do. I'm just saying that this was before all that, you know. And and to Matt's point, it's true. It is hard to tell this story. It's such a huge story to tell. It really is. Especially like, okay, for instance, you've seen the first Dune film that came out a couple of years ago, right? You've seen that?
Yeah, Jason Momoa died.
Yeah, he did. But you
Don't
saw
worry,
the
he
human.
comes back in the books.
But it's something that it's doesn't get translated well because I mean the lore is so deep into that shit, and it's like a science fiction version of Lord of the Rings, bud. That's what it's like.
I was actually going to bring that up. It was like
Yes, it's exactly that. The human computers that were in that movie. You remember the guy that was walking around and every time he'd ask him something about numbers, he'd sit there and roll his eyes up and start computing. It's a human computer because apparently. I think it was the House of Atreides. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys that have read the book. If you remember, I think the House of Atreides actually almost destroyed the universe with technology, and that's why they use human computers. They don't.
That was the
they don't
Butler and
network.
Jihad.
Yeah. Okay.
Jihad.
Yeah. But that's why they use human computers. And you noticed all the instruments in the flying vehicles were analog, even though they've got this high tech shit, right? It's kind of like the Battlestar Galactica thing. If you remember that, how the Galactica had nothing but analog stuff to make sure it didn't network with anything else because of the Cylons, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the same kind of thing in Dune. Let's see. Eclay says Lynch stole half his material from
Jaworski.
Okay.
Yeah, I forgot.
But I like the movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Jaworski, is that the guy that was trying to work on that project before him?
Yep.
Okay.
That had all the insane.
I thought I had heard that name before. Yeah.
The insane art for what he wanted to do.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Like we've been alluding to, Knock, they've been trying to put this on the big screen for years and years and years and just haven't been able to get it right yet. That's all. And this one that how do you pronounce his last name? It's French, Leneuve or Deleneuve or something like that.
Yeah.
I like this guy's movies, and I like his formula for this flick in particular. Those friggin'
Denis Villeneuve.
I can't. It's French. It gets me all tongue tied. But those friggin' what do they call those ships? They're like helicopters.
Ornithopters.
Ornithopters. That's it. God, they're awesome. I love that shit. I really thought that was great. I dug Dune. I thought it was fantastic. I can't wait for the second one. I can't wait for that moment that we saw in the '84 film that we're gonna see in this one, where Gurney Halleck runs into him on the battlefield again. That's gonna be damn awesome because it was one of the best moments in the '84 movie. And you remember Picard, Patrick Stewart played Gurney Halleck in the first one, right? Yeah, they had a good cast in the '84 one. Have you ever seen the '84 movie, Knock?
No.
You should check that one out sometime, man. It's pretty good. But like we said, it's about 2.5 hours long, and they try to cram the entire first book into that movie. I'd say what you've seen so far in the first movie of Dune takes up about the first 40 minutes of the David Lynch movie. There's a lot more on Arrakis in the Lynch movie.
There's
sure.
There's also an extended edition of that movie that I have.
Really?
It's like, well, I want to say it's like almost 4 hours.
Really?
Oh.
Wow. I never knew there was an extended cut to Lynch's work, man.
It's not. He wasn't one he authorized, but it's not like a director's cut. It's just an extended edition.
Yeah.
Lynch is out there. He's something else.
Yeah, he is. He's strange. He's an odd duck. He is.
Now there is a movie.
It says Picard carries a puppy. Yeah, I didn't remember that. Yeah, go ahead.
There is a movie coming out that it's not the movie that you even knew you needed, but you're getting it, and that is going to be Mufasa: The Lion King, a prequel to The Lion King.
What?
Yeah, July.
Disney's doing that.
Yep.
Oh, great.
I believe that's the phase 1 of the Lion King saga. That's what we do now. We just do phases.
Yeah,
so
we just do phases
because it's a prequel. Yeah.
God, that pissed me off when I saw that headline last week. Phase 2 of Star Trek.
Sorry, it's 3 hours, not 4. It's 180 minutes.
Yeah. Well, if it adds to the lore of the first one, that would be cool, man. I would dig that. Let's see what else we got here. Oh yeah, Hugh Grant plays an Oompa Loompa in the Willy Wonka prequel.
Yeah, that's a no for me.
Yeah, that's I don't know about this one. I like the casting of Timothee Chalamet.
The Willy Wonka phase 1.
Yeah, Willy Wonka phase 1. Yes, I like the casting of. Look, I put it on the thumbnail. I like the casting of Timothee Chalamet as Wonka. That I think that works. But yeah,
not everything needs a prequel.
Not everything needs a prequel. No.
So are we gonna
now one movie. Now I don't know if you guys have seen the trailers for this or not, and I may have to show it to you if you haven't. But Barbie's Ryan Gosling says he didn't understand Ken until he bleached his hair and shaved his.
Yikes.
The friggin' Barbie movie. If you haven't seen the trailer for this thing, oh my God, this looks funny on so many different levels. It is, dude. I was laughing at shit I shouldn't have been laughing at. Really. I mean, the first thing you see is her walking in heels, right? She steps out of the heels and she's still on her toes, just like a Barbie doll would be, right? Because her feet don't bend. Like, what the fuck?
I did have a question about Willy Wonka though. Will Grandpa Joe be like middle aged?
Well, it's a prequel, so
yeah.
Will we even see Grandpa?
Everything needs a prequel. Yeah. Yeah. Now Barbie. That I think that's good. I think for both Ken and Barbie, that's good casting though.
Yes, absolutely, man. And have you seen the trailer to it?
I've tried to avoid it.
Dude,
I've avoided it.
My God, it is funny. It is funny. I'm telling you, anybody that look, my wife was rolling. She was rolling because look, it's not made for us. It's made for chicks, dude. It's made for the girls that played with Barbies. Every guy in the movie is named Ken. These are Barbie dolls and Ken dolls. That's what it is. They're all named Barbie and they're all named Ken. It's fucking hilarious.
Every Friday on my ride into work, one of the local stations plays Barbie Girl in the morning.
Really?
It's like 5:30 in the morning, and I love it every Friday. It's like the perfect Friday song for me to get me pumped up for work. I try to catch it every time. I don't always catch it, but a lot of times I'll catch it on Friday. It's just like I'm driving into work. It's an hour drive, and I'm listening to Go Barbie.
Yeah,
it's great. Love it.
Yeah. Oh man, I tell you, yeah. If you guys get a second, you're bored, check out the Barbie trailer. It look, your girlfriends are gonna dig it. They're gonna dig it, man, for sure. Beetlejuice 2 is officially in development by Warner. Meg 2 as well.
One of the movies I'm waiting for this year.
The Trench trailer reveals prehistoric creatures fighting for survival. That's right up your alley.
Yeah,
I read the books too.
I'm never gonna see that movie. I don't care for shark movies at all.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, no, it's not just a shark movie. It's kaijus. It's kaijus,
it's a shark.
man. That's the thing. It's
It's a
kaijus.
shark
It's
movie.
big
No, it's
monsters.
sharks. It's
It's
sharks.
And we've got another entrance into their horror franchise. The Nun gets a terrifying teaser trailer ahead of its September 2023 premiere. So basically, we've gotten a bunch of stuff. I'm looking forward to what they drop today. I'm going to look at that after we get out of here today. Any of this stuff interest you from the Sony and Warner Brothers offerings?
I'll go
You
watch
guys?
Kraven the Hunter.
Yeah, the Kraven movie.
I'll see that. I'll go see Meg too.
Mhm.
I'll go see the Flash.
You know, I really.
Dune 2, obviously.
Here's the problem with the Flash movie. I don't like the guy playing the Flash. I don't even like the way they've portrayed Barry Allen in this series at all.
Yeah.
I
Even
mean,
setting aside him as a person, the
No,
actor. Yeah.
yeah, forget who's playing him.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's like Lex Luthor was in Batman versus Superman. That's not Lex Luthor. That's
Right.
the Joker. That's not Lex. The best characterization of Lex Luthor was Gene Hackman's Lex Luthor. Always has been. He's the smartest guy on the planet, and he has no problems with telling you he's the smartest guy on the planet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's arrogant. He's not crazy. He is the smartest dude on the planet. He is the human Superman, and he will tell you that. He's extremely arrogant. But this guy, the way they had, I can't even remember the kid's name. He's a good actor, but
Jesse
I don't put it
Eisenberg.
on him. I don't put it on him at all. It's the way they wrote the part and had him play it.
Eisen Lex.
Yeah. It's
And then he
ridiculous.
shaved his head and it looked weird.
Yeah.
It was dumb. It was dumb. They did Lex Luthor totally bad in that. The character was bad. And this Barry Allen, they basically tried to make him Spider-Man. And I just don't understand it.
Yeah.
It's a great character. The character's written on pages for you right there. Just put it on the screen. Don't make him some jittery goofball. I mean, but yeah, it's not Ezra Miller I have a problem with. It's the whole portrayal of the character.
Yeah.
I
mean, we have a problem with Ezra Miller, but yeah.
Well, we got problems with Ezra Miller, of course. But my whole deal with it is everything around it I like, except the guy that's the fucking main character in the movie, So, and I'm going to see it for those things. I'm not going to see it for Ezra Miller's Flash at all. I'm going to see Michael Keaton. I'm going to see Ben Affleck. I don't care what anybody says. Ben Affleck's one of the best Batman that's ever played the part.
Yep.
I don't care what anybody says. First of all, he's the first guy that wasn't a shrimp that they cast in the role, because Batman is supposed to be an imposing figure. That's why criminals are afraid of him first and foremost. When they see him, he's scary big, I'm gonna love seeing him. I'm gonna love seeing Zod again. Might be only for 5 minutes, but I love the guy that plays Zod, and you guys know I'm a big Supergirl nut, even though they've screwed up her hair and made her look like Ezra Miller, the female version. But we actually get some Supergirl on screen. So, I'm gonna go for all of that, but not the Flash. That's the problem with the movie.
But Supergirl.
No, not my Supergirl. That's not my Supergirl. No, my Supergirl. It's not even Melissa, although she did a good job with it. But they haven't really put her on. They haven't put her on the screen yet. Really, they really haven't.
Yeah.
I mean, the only good ones are in the animated series. That one, the one that's in what is it? Superman Unbound, John? Is that the one where they oh shit, I can't even remember. But yeah, that's the one that I really liked. I
just remember being 5 years old and staring at Helen Slater.
Dude, Helen Slater, awesome. Bad movie, but Helen Slater looked like Supergirl. She did. And you know what? When you meet her in person, she's tall. I'm 5'11", man. She of course she's wearing heels, but she was taller than me. I got a picture right up there on the wall of her, standing right next to me, and she's taller than I am. Yeah, she's a big girl. Yeah. I mean, not fat, but she's big. And she's aging gracefully. Met her at a Comic-Con a couple of years ago. Yeah.
I think she was also in Knox, one of Knox's early films, Bright Lights, Big City. You know, out partying all night.
Oh, yeah.
I think Helen
Stand
Slater
up all
was
night.
Michael J. Fox.
I went into the city once. It happened one time.
Yeah. Hey, we're just messing with you, man. We all did it. Trust me. We all did it. I know. Shit, I was a bartender for 18 years, bro. Come on.
Okay, I had to look it up. I am incorrect. She was in The Secret of My Success with Michael J. Fox.
That's it.
I got my late 80s Michael J. Fox movies.
But you know what the best Helen Slater movie is, though?
I don't know what. Other than
now, I'm having a senior moment, and I forgot
Do
her
you
name.
know? Do you know?
Yeah,
Joe?
I do. It's. I want to say it's.
You know what the best movie is, right?
Is it
whenever I look her up on
Billie Jean is in the title.
The Legend of Billie Jean.
The Legend of Billie Jean. That's it. That's what was messing me up. I couldn't remember if it was Ode to Billie Jean or, yeah, it's The Legend of Billie Jean. That movie's freaking great, and she was fantastic in it. And she did the whole Joan of Arc thing and cut all her hair off and, cut it short. And, yeah.
Cool.
Yes, exactly. But I think Warner's got some good stuff coming out. I actually want to see
Blue Beetle.
Yeah, Blue Beetle for you.
Even after the Batman is fastest comment.
Well, that's God. I don't get it. Why do they do that shit? I don't get it. Why do they piss off fans? It's just weird. Yeah, but they're pissing off fans, and they know they're pissing off fans.
Yeah,
it's the same reason in the Miles Morales sequel, how you have the BLM sticker on the backpack and the trans kids lives matter poster, and was it Gwen Stacy's bedroom?
Yeah.
I'm not feeling good about this Spider-Man movie. I love the first one. The first one is fantastic. Into the Spider-Verse, if you've ever seen it, it's great.
Nick Cage, right? So,
yeah, Nick Cage, man. Spider-Man Noir. Hell yeah.
Spider-Ham carried that movie.
Spider-Ham is the man. Yes.
He's not kosher.
Well, that's a very interesting slate from those two studios. The Kraven movie and Dune are my favorites out of the two things that they were pushing. But I did see a picture of something. Let me find it real quick. Can't remember which studio's putting this out. I think it's Warner. But yeah, check out what they were showing off. If I can get it to load. Why are you doing this to me? Don't do this to me. Come on, you can do it. Oh, shoot. Come on. Really? It's going to mess up on me now. Well, they had an Expendables poster set up. Apparently, we've got an Expendables 4 coming. And yeah. Oh, there it is. Finally, it loads. Okay, let me blow this thing up. This is a standee. Now, got to remember, CinemaCon it's for cinemas. It's for
it's where they sell the movies.
Cinema owners, and they're selling the movies that they're going to present. This is what they call a standee that they have for this, and it's right here. Let me see. Stop it. Close, I said. Yeah, there it is. And it's full glory right there. Let's see. You got Jason Statham, Curtis Jackson. 50 Cent Jackson, Megan Fox is in this thing. Hello. I like Megan Fox. Dolph Lundgren, Tony Jaa, Iko, I don't even know how to pronounce that name. Iko Uwais or something like that. Randy Couture, Jacob Scipio, Levi Tran, Andy Garcia, and Sylvester Stallone. So some of the bigger hitters aren't in there anymore.
Yeah.
So I was looking up a little bit of information on IMDb and just some trivia, which I guess anybody could post on here. But in reference to the Expendables 4, one of the lines in here about trivia says, at an experience with Sylvester Stallone in Birmingham 2019, Stallone expressed his desire to have Carl Weathers, Kurt Russell, and Dolph Lundgren in Expendables 4. The reason why I was looking that up is because I was trying to figure out why Carl Weathers had never been in one, and apparently just they'd never been able to work it out financially.
Well, he's been doing Star Wars, so he's probably too busy too.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yep. Okay. Well, that I thought that was neat. Thought that was pretty neat. When I saw that, I said, "Yeah, I got to save this picture for nobody else, nothing else to get to my brother. I got to show him that one. He's gonna dig that for sure. I'm gonna have to put that one in my favorites. Let me mark that now for tomorrow night, because he's gonna want to see that, right? But anyway, speaking of tomorrow night, it is that time, boys and girls. We got to shut it down. I got to talk to my mates about our show tomorrow night. That's right. I just forgot. I saved that. I'll show it to my brother in 2 weeks because we're doing the draft tomorrow night.
Yeah.
So,
Joe's going to be in two places at once doing
there is no reason for me to highlight each and every face because you know what? We're all going to be here tomorrow night.
Yeah.
We got the draft show coming tomorrow night, and I will let you know now. The rest of the week, we've got, of course, later on tonight, you can watch me play video games over on Twitch, and I'll be playing DC Universe Online for Papa Joe Gamer after dark, and then tomorrow you will not see us, or excuse me, you won't see the Brothers Hack the Matrix. You will see these four faces covering the draft. Well, actually, these three faces and that face right here
on this.
He will be on his phone because he will be actually at the draft.
Remember to bring an extra battery pack.
Yeah, I'm actually going to buy a second one tonight just to be safe.
Yeah, you're going to have plenty of it, man, because you know how these phones are when you're taking pictures, and because you're going to take a lot of them. Do you have any idea who's going to be there to sign autographs?
I haven't looked at the schedule to see if they've updated it, so I just know.
I gotta think there's going to be a current Kansas City players there. I would think.
Yeah, I'm hoping.
Yeah, but we got that tomorrow night, and then this show that I usually do on Thursdays is going to be canceled tomorrow night because of the draft show. And after that, you'll see me on Saturday on Sketching the Privateer at 1:30 p.m. Central. We're still working on plotting the second issue. We're on like page 13, I think. And then, of course, on Sunday, John runs Dork Side of the Ring for us behind the scenes. And you can see me and Danny Ballard and Johnny Rock do that show. It's all about wrestling. And that's brought to you by KGRA Radio and Pop Culture Minefield every Sunday at 1 p.m.
Oh, you'll see me occasionally do a run-in. Just like a good wrestling match.
Yeah, he does pop his head in there when he talks about something really cool. But then, of course, you can see me and John on That 70s Rock Fan on Mondays, too. What's he doing this Monday? I'm not going to be there this Monday. He's doing a Korean movie. I don't watch
we're doing
films because I can't John will be there. I won't because I've never seen it. I would love to see it. Train to Busan's the zombie movie, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I can't read subtitles fast enough. I just
Congrats to That 70s Rock Fan on 1,000 subscribers.
Yes, he got to 1,000. Yes. So don't forget, if you like your YouTubers, like, subscribe, comment, all that stuff. That goes for Rumble too. I need a lot more followers on Rumble. Help me out. Help a brother out. If you like the content we're giving you, make sure you follow us on all the channels. And welcome to all of you that watched on Twitch tonight. So, or
Twitter.
not Twitch, but Twitter. I tried Twitter out for the first time tonight. That's right.
You've got entirely you're too clothed to be on Twitch.
I'm telling you, man. Yeah, Twitch. I'd need to put on
get the background with
an A cup and get the hot tub going and
the hot tub.
I'd have to get one of those covers for my microphone that looks like an ear and
all sorts of weirdness. Yeah,
all sorts of weirdness, boy. But I'm still gonna do my video gaming over there because that's basically what that place is for. Really, is video games. They like to morph it into something else, but it's a video game platform.
There's an up and coming one called Kick that's getting a lot of people on it.
Really?
Yeah.
Gonna have to check that out. Okay. Is it a .com?
Yeah, I think it's kick.com.
Okay. All right. Well, listen, guys, we're done for tonight. And until we see you next time, I want you guys to keep on keeping on. God bless.